Hey there folks, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Today, I'd like to talk about the very first sport that I played in my life, soccer. Well, it is a sport that has world class and is very popular in my dad's home country, Italy. I've been playing soccer every fall since I was 7, or I think 9. It was fun running around, dribbling and kicking during those fun seasons. However, nowadays, I don't know if I'm able to play anymore due to my leg's recent reoperation. But anyway, aside from that, soccer has been featured in several films, from switching goals, to kicking and screaming, to Soccer Mom, and many more. But the film I'll be blogging today is an animated film from South America, which not only includes soccer, but it also includes foosball. So, released in Argentina on July 18th, 2013, the movie is Medigol, aka The Unbeatables, aka Underdogs. So, let's get ready to rumble, sports fans. Now, Jake is a shy but talented foosball player. His passion for the game is rivaled only by his love for free-spirited Laura. With her encouragement, he beats the town bully, Ace, in a foosball game. But everything changes when Ace becomes the world's best soccer player and returns 7 years later to turn their village into a new sports stadium. He starts to destroy everything and kidnaps Laura in the process. Just when it looks like all hope is lost, the toy figures from Jake's foosball table come to life. He and the players embark on a wild adventure to save Laura and reclaim their village. With the help of his team, his town, and a little bit of magic, Jake will try to save the day. So, what are my thoughts on this movie? Well, I thought it was pretty good, not perfect, but still enjoyable. But before I get ahead of myself, let's move on to Mustang notes. The film was announced on November 27, 2009. Sergio Pablos, executive producer and creator of the original idea and story for Despicable Me, acted as animation director for 20 minutes of the film, and advised Campanella on direction. The rest of the film was animated under the directions of Federico Redero and Mario Siri. Puerto Rican band Cali 13 composed and performed the original song of the movie. An English-language version of the film was produced in the United Kingdom by 369 Productions, with Vertigo Films handling the distribution rights, and was released under the name The Unbeatables on August 15, 2014. In March 2014, the Weinstein Company acquired distribution rights for the film in the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and France, with plans to release their own English-language version of the film under the title Underdogs. The film was originally going to be released in 2014, but was pushed back several times. However, a week before a planned August 2015 release, the film was unfortunately pulled from the schedule, but thankfully, the movie got released direct to DVD on July 19, 2016. Now, what are my thoughts on the animation? Well, in my eyes, the animation looks good. Sometimes it can be a tad cartoony, but still looks superb. From the town, the carnival, Ace's mansion, even the soccer stadium. Also, the foosball players look very well animated. In fact, they're almost like the garden gnomes from Romeo and Juliet. For example, some of them have dirt on them, some are chipped, and you can even see paint missing from them. And the way they move is almost like they're realistic. As for the story, well, it was okay. It's a tad cliched at times, but mixed with the animation, it's not so bad. But since it is a story that Jake tells his son Maddie about before he goes to sleep, it does seem to have a nice moral to it. And now, I think it's time to move on to the characters and their voice actors. But before I do, I just want to remind you guys that I'll be discussing the USA cast. Our main character, Jake, is voiced by Matthew Morrison, who's been in films like Once Upon a Mattress from 2005 and The Muppets from 2011. Now, Jake is a young man who works as a busboy at a cafe. This guy is a tad shy at times, kind of similar to Flint Lockwood from the Clyde and the Chance of Meatballs films. But he is independent guy, and he's willing to try everything to save his town and his girlfriend. Speaking of which, Jake's girlfriend Laura is voiced by Ariana Grande, whom I know as the Nickelodeon voice for Princess Diaspora from the Winx Club. What I like about Laura, other than the fact that she's interested in art and attending art school in her future, she is a really nice character, and she looks out for Jake ever since they were young. So you could say it was love at first sight. Next we come to the leader of the foosball players, Captain Skip, voiced by Taron Killam. Now this guy is my favorite character in the movie. He's optimistic, and he makes a great soccer leader. Even if there are, sometimes when he and a few of his teammates don't get along at times. Also, I love the part where they work together to help Jake's team at their game. Lastly, we have Ace, the main antagonist and bully of the movie, voiced by Nicholas Hoult, who I only know from the 2010 Clash the Titans remake. Now, this guy is really unlikable. He starts out as an everyday bully who picks on anyone he wants, but 7 years after getting beaten at foosball by Jake, he becomes a very despicable hotshot soccer player who wants to destroy the town, erase its history, and earn Laura's affection. Sheesh. If I ever met this guy, I would seriously sock him right in the face with my fist. Boom. The rest of the cast includes John Leguizamo, Eugenio Derbez, Bobby Moynihan, Chaz Palminteri, and Mel Brooks, who all do an amazing job. And now it's time to move on to my final words. Overall, Underdogs is a decent soccer/foosball movie. The animation is good, a few of the characters from Jake and Laura are memorable, even the foosball players are hilarious. The story may be a tad cliched, but it still has a nice moral to it. So I recommend this film to soccer fans or folks who just want to get something decent to share with their children, or even just to sit down and enjoy something worth watching. I give this film a rating of 66% out of 100. Well, that's it for today, sports fans. Be sure to join me again next time. Mustang Power!